This was a special moment. A moment that I will never forget. Sat late at night, talking to some friends, watching E3 together, seeing the games go by, the trailers play, and then this came on. What would be the reveal of Monster Hunter World, but back then, Monster Hunter was still niche. It was still loved intensely by those that knew about it, but nowhere near enough knew about it. Now World would go on to change that, of course, but not one of my friends that night had played the games. They didn't really know anything about them, despite my best attempts to get them to change in that regard. So it was just this experience that I had had from Monster Hunter 1 back on the PS2 so many years ago now, all the way to Freedom Unite, to Monster Hunter Tri and 3 Ultimate, to 4 Ultimate, and onwards. Always wanting to share that special feeling that makes it unlike anything else, but never really being able to. And then this came on, and I had this pure moment of, everybody, shut up! Everybody, shut up! Shut up! This is, oh my god! No way! Like, when I saw that first little hunter walk by, the sheer, unadulterated, pure joy that was great swords cannot be captured in words. And truly, it represents so much more than the unexpected, incredible reveal of the latest title in my most beloved series of games being given such a big stage to a Western audience. Though that was incredible, it also represented a real turning point for me. Because around the time of Monster Hunter World's reveal to release was probably the hardest patch of me as a creator on this channel. I came the closest to burnout, to walking away, to thinking I could never truly make it work, but seeing World, it inspired me to go, fuck it, I love Monster Hunter. I'm gonna make videos about it, because I love it. A simple thought, and one, well, that many years later, here we are. A thought that has changed my life, quite literally, and one that has changed many others, too. And, well, with all that said, with the success of World, with its near 30 million copies sold, including Iceborne, with it being Capcom's landmark game, with it being what gave Monster Hunter that global stage and presence, with the significance it had, with the masterpiece that it was, the fun, the memories, every little part of it, even, yes, the Clutch Claw in Iceborne, came together to create something unlike anything that had come before. The realization of developing teams' dream to give this purest expression of what they wanted, finally able to give it that more open feel, to let the nature and ecology shine, to have this version of their baby now in its full glory without being any kind of restrained by platform or technology, and everything that happened since, the communities that have sprung up with it and around it, all of that. It's unlike anything that has happened before. So, with all of that in your mind, When I say the following, I think you may be able to hear it and agree, perhaps reluctantly, with the following. There will never be another Monster Hunter world. Though that sentence is coupled with, and that's okay, but it is also a sentence I think remains so very true. And while it is said with a pang of sadness, it is also said to honor the unparalleled, beautiful memories we have all made and shared together in the new world. It is the utmost compliment to everything World and Iceborne was and achieved. And yeah, again, I don't think it will ever happen again. Now, what is it exactly? I think more than likely Monster Hunter 6, whatever it turns out to be, will be the objectively better game. The objectively best Monster Hunter ever. It will build upon the foundations that World and Iceborne laid and be so much more. It will reach higher for that increased strength down below. It will be something breathtaking. But you can only ever capture that magic once with the perfect storm. World being so good, of course, was a requirement. If it was a bad game somehow, it wouldn't have mattered. But the combination of exploding Monster Hunter onto everyone's radar, giving it the popularity finally that it so rightly deserved over so many long years of building up that cult following, or at least outside of Japan where it was still, fairly popular, and then also reimagining the series in a way that made it so very different, while still spiritually a successor, than everything that had happened before. You cannot compare World to every game and generation that preceded it. It's just not the same on so many levels, mechanically and on a pure feeling. Just the open maps, the focus on the endemic life, actually having a story, the quality of the visuals, the monsters, how more lifelike they felt compared to ever before, how the weapons were never more polished, how everything was never more polished. It was truly transformed. It became something else. It started what Monster Hunter now is going forward. Every subsequent Monster Hunter generation will iterate on World. World didn't iterate on Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate or Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. World is starting from essentially 1 again, but with everything learnt and from the previous, entries. Just like Monster Hunter DOS, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, 4 Ultimate, all were building upon Monster Hunter 1, growing it, changing it, but ultimately still feeling like it felt back then. World is that soft reset, isn't it? It is the Monster Hunter 1 of modern Monster Hunter. And that coupled with, as I said, that explosion of popularity of more hunters than ever before, of most people that have played Monster Hunter, when they say that, they mean they played World and Iceborne. They haven't played, nor perhaps even know about the previous games and gens. If it's a monster not in World, Iceborne, Rise, or Sunbreak, then they probably might not know about it, unless they have a vested interest in the community, in the videos me and other creators make, etc., etc. That is the vast majority of Monster Hunter players. They're not Monster Hunter players, they're World, Iceborne, and then in a lot of cases also Rise and Sunbreak players. And I think that's a very big thing to, keep remembering. I think everyone should go back and experience the others, but I also accept that it likely won't happen, or at least not with any kind of speed. You only have to look, then, if we compare the two latest Monster Hunters, Rise and Sunbreak, just to take steam. These are the numbers, and there's nothing too bad there. It's obviously down from the peak, it's fine, it's been out a while now, even with the Sunbreak expansion. It's just got a nice steady stream of players, and that's okay. But then you compare it to World, where the numbers are almost, double on average. That's such an interesting thing to see, isn't it? World and Iceborne still consistently get over double the players than Rise and Sunbreak. Yes, Rise and Sunbreak is very switchy too, but then again, World and Iceborne are consoles as well, so you can kind of have equivalence here. The point isn't to be like, haha, look, World's twice as good a game as Rise and Sunbreak. No, they're very different and both awesome in their own right, but I think it says a lot that World still has such love, player base, and following, and it's kind of the home Monster Hunter. That's what it feels like. Despite Rise and Sunbreak being newer, they're, yeah, that was a fun little adventure, side time, that was great, adored it, amazing. Alright, back to World, waiting for Monster Hunter 6. I get that impression from so many people, and the numbers kind of back that up, and it feels like a lot of people do share the sort of sentiments that I have expressed throughout this little talk here. And I kind of wanted to put it across in the best words that I could, because it's something, of course, I have also felt. I think Sunbreak is absolutely phenomenal. In fact, objectively speaking, I think Sunbreak is a better Master Rank expansion than Iceborne. But that doesn't change the fact that Monster Hunter World is probably once in a gaming lifetime's experience in just what it did and how well it did it. It transformed everything on every level, and that is so special. And it is for that reason that no matter how good Monster Hunter 6 will be, and I think it will be amazing, and like I said, I think it will likely be objectively the best Monster Hunter game, but I don't think it's possible by very definition to do again what World did for the series, because now we're getting Monster Hunter 2, in essence, the sequel to World in spirit, building on it. We're not getting that new, complete shift in everything the series is. So, while I don't think there will ever be another Monster Hunter World, that is okay. Let me know what you guys think of these thoughts, and lay your own thoughts on my thoughts, and I'll read those thoughts and we'll thought it up together. I always do love seeing what you guys have to say. For now, like you've enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more. Completely consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon too. Why not? Goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.